The presidential fight in battleground states has a number of key storylines. High on the list, the union vote.
This is the first time in decades just got endorsed by the rank and file members of the Teamsters, which I happen to think is amazing. That was a surprise.
An unexpected 60% of the union expressed support for Donald Trump over Kamala Harris. There are a number of reasons, including his administration's economic populist success, a new pledge to not tax their overtime, and promises to protect their jobs from cheap migrant labor. Trucker J.W. Payne, a Teamster for 14 years, adds another.
The Democrat has totally left the working man and woman, the blue-collar workers. They're more like, we want to go spend time with George Clooney up in Hollywood and get that caviar versus sit down and have banana pudding and also a bologna cheese sandwiches for lunch.
That mindset seems to be at the heart of the change. More union members now see Democrats as the party of the elites, out of touch with traditional family values. My, how times have changed. In 1968, nearly half, 46% of Americans who lived in union households identified as Democrat. By 2016, that number had shrunk 11 points to just 37%. When Trump came on the scene, another drop, now down to 33%. Steve Gruber is a former union member from Michigan.
When you go to big union states like Michigan or Nevada, there's this erosion of support. I mean, they're leaving in droves because they know the economy was better under Donald Trump.
VP Harris has some union backing, at least in the leadership ranks. Shawn Fain, head of the big United Auto Workers Union, got a prime slot during the Democrat convention.
Kamala Harris is one of us. She's a fighter for the working class.
Union Democrats say they like the legislation passed during the Biden administration that they believe will create jobs for them in construction and manufacturing. They also say Trump benefits the billionaire class. Plus, as president, he packed the courts and government agencies with anti-union judges and appointees. Harris made sure her first stop after joining the presidential race happened in Michigan at the UAW.
You may not be a union member. You better thank a union member for the 5-day work week. You better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time.
She'll be doing the thanking if she can do as well as Biden did with union members in 2020. Biden won 57% of the union vote in the key Rust Belt states, compared to Trump's 40%. Union voters typically make up about 20% of the electorate. That's about 1 in every 5 voters. And there are roughly 2.7 million union members in those battleground states alone. Former Michigan union member Tom Norton, who comes from a family of union members, thinks she could be in for a surprise this time around.
This is the first step of a union really starting to shift to the Republican Party. As long as he can finish the job of showing how businesses and unions can work together, we're going to have a very fundamentally different and stronger Republican Party that's going to have old-fashioned blue dog Democrats with people that represent themselves more like Reaganites, and it's going to be a very strong party.
It's all part of a shifting electorate that makes this presidential race even more intriguing. David Brody, CBN News, Washington.